Rugby in England is often perceived as a middle-class sport, with a reputation that most players and fans are from public schools. However, the balance seems to be shifting. Just 2 of England's victorious team against Wales last week were from private education. This has changed significantly in the professional era. Just 20 years ago, Will Carling's World Cup semi-finalists featured 7 public school players. Alison McGrandles coached her Teddington School under-13s against Sir Richard Reynolds Catholic College and thinks the perception still remains in some parts of Britain.
I think it very much depends on what area in England you live. Very much around here, under the shadow of Twickenham Stadium, it's seen as a real sport for all.
The Scot thinks that the amount of international players from state schools can inspire youngsters around the country.
Well, it definitely gives them motivation when they see that players come through from mixed comprehensives. Indeed, we've had one of our students that's actually playing now for England's 7 squad.
McGrandles admits that when Teddington come up against private schools, it is very challenging.
When we enter the larger cups, then we do come up against some of the private schools. And again, sometimes we have our day, a lot of the times they have theirs.
Former Worcester Warriors ace scheme player Matt Fox says that when they face more privileged schools, the whole team raised their game.
I mean, everyone would get more up for it. Everyone knew that these were the best players in the country, so everyone would try hardest to try and beat them. And I mean, their reputation precedes them, so if you're going to a game like that, you know there's going to be the most fans and you're going to have to try and perform the hardest. The 20-year-old believes that now the perception has gone, it can only be a good thing for English rugby. Boost the confidence to see that you don't have to come from a school or a college where you have to pay for your entrance fee to go there. It's good to see that the team's getting more based on a player's skill rather than who they know or who their parents are or the legacy that precedes them in their rugby career.
Sports Development Officer Tom Morton refuses to be drawn on the idea that if you go to a private school, you'll have more chance to succeed in the game.
Yeah, I think it's no doubt private schools generally will have better facilities than state schools, which is important in the development of a young rugby player or whatever the sport may be. But clubs now, the facilities are getting better all the time. A lot of resources getting ploughed into this area. So those that go to state school will often be playing at clubs and will benefit from the facilities there.
Runners-up in this year's Six Nations on points difference and 4 wins out of 5 suggests that with the Rugby World Cup next year, England's chances are beginning to take off. Ollie Shapley and Callum Hill, Solent Sport.